Welcome to Lynwood Perspectives. My name is Michael Taylor, and I'm your host. I'm here with the Mayor of Lynwood, Gene Williams. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
Well, I'm glad you're here today because we're going to talk about development in Lynwood, economic development. You had a housing boom in Lynwood, right?
Still going on, as a matter of fact.
How many houses have been built in the last few years?
Goodness, hard to tell you a number without having notes right here in front to show you. But fact is, it's still going on. We're starting phase 2 in one of the developments that we.
Let's talk about phase 1, Mayor.
Phase 1 is almost completed on that one. That would be our Wellington Court subdivision. One of the subdivisions I'm real proud of because it was the one that one of the first ones we decided we could change the standards and ensure that it would always be a little bit better than what was normally expected in a South suburban community.
Now, when you say that, what does that mean? A little bit more expected. What
the
do you
lots
mean?
were a little bit bigger. The houses were a little more upscale.
Okay.
A lot larger.
Because I went through there and I was like, wow, this is absolutely beautiful. These houses are magnificent, right?
Yeah.
So did you kind of help choose the kind of floor plans, or were you hands on like that? How did that happen?
What we did was make sure, for instance, that they would be built to certain standards, and in fact, like so much brick all the way around.
Okay.
And lot sizes that were big enough to match the housing sizes, because I'm sure you've seen those places where you can reach out and touch one house.
Right.
We wanted to make sure that didn't happen, so you have to get those written down in your ordinances and requirements so a builder doesn't come in and change it.
So you had to make sure that there's a certain standard, right?
Right.
Now, when you got through phase 1 was just kind of planning and different things like that, right?
No, I'm talking about phase 1 of development.
Okay.
There are 2 sections of this.
Tell me about
maybe
100
houses per section or something. So one, and the 100 number, don't hold me to that. I can tell you what it is when I got records in front of me.
Okay.
But that section, that phase 1 is all filled in.
Okay.
They only had 2 lots left, so now they're putting in permits to start the second phase, which would be an equal amount of houses there again.
Now, when did phase 1 start?
Oh, it started several years ago. I didn't know you would ask me that. I don't know what year it started.
Okay.
But it's all we probably started at the beginning of the housing crunch when everything kind of fell apart.
Okay.
And I didn't.
But under your administration, of course.
Yes, but the whole country houses stopped going, and for our good fortune is that we continued to build houses all during that time. There's some kind of mystique or something hot about Lynwood, and we're trying to make sure we keep it right and improve upon it.
Now, I did a little research myself. We're talking about records, right? And I found out that Lynwood has you are still building, right?
Oh, yes.
And out of all the suburbs in the Southland, Lynwood, for some reason, as you said, is building houses when other communities have stopped, right? What do you attribute that to?
I like to think we're doing something right. Most of the people, not most of the people, but an awful lot of the people that come through there looking to buy houses, they tell me where they bought them at. Sometimes they're looking for advice on which section they should go into. And all of them are pretty good because, like I said, we improved our standards and made that universal for the entire town. So all of the houses that are being built for the last few years are bigger, fancier than mine. My little house will fit inside those twice. But that's okay.
But Mayor, it's got to be more than the house, right? It's got to be the community. It's got to be the environment. It has to be the police department, the fire department. It has to be the leadership, right?
Well,
let's talk. I know. Come on. I'm going to press you on this because hey, anybody can build a house anywhere, but you want to build it where you know you're going to be safe, you're going to be secure, and you're going to have a community, right?
What I try to impress upon people that come into town, because a lot of people come and they look for where's your big major stores, where all the major businesses.
Right.
The most important thing, I think, is to have a community that when I go home, I'm in a nice, safe place, and I really like it here. All those other things, I think, are kind of an illusion when people, well, you don't have the Walmarts, you don't have the whatever you might be able to imagine. But those things aren't important to the family life that we want to create. We've got some things going on in town that allow us to attract people that might want to live here, people that we want to join us, people that will help us to have a positive effect on our school systems, for instance.
Right.
So those kinds of things are much more important. Businesses and all those other things, they come and they are coming.
Safe communities, right?
Yeah.
Good police department, fire department, things like that, right?
Yeah.
So out of all the departments that are under you, because you're the mayor, right? What department do you spend the most time with?
I think it's my Public Works Department.
And tell me why.
Because people don't seem to know that Public Works, they really do work. All the little things that get taken care of and come out good, they're doing. We know what police and fire do. We hear a lot about them because they get awards, and we appreciate and love them too. But my public works, those are the guys that in the middle of the night when it's snowing all over the place and you hear that plow going, they got up, they planned on it, they knew it was happening, they got it done. When the grass and weeds are growing all over the place, those guys take it. And almost anything that needs to be fixed, a water main suddenly breaks,
and somebody's got to
they're
go
up
out
and they're
there.
doing it again. Public works is great, and I'm glad you asked me that because they need to be recognized a little bit more often. We really appreciate it.
Now, are you the type of mayor? Because I don't know the answer to this. I think I know, but I want you to talk to me about that. Do you get the call from the woman that is living on such and such a block and her light has went out or things like that? Do you get that call? How does that call come in?
I not only get the call, people will come to the house and say, somebody told me the mayor lives there,
And they knock on your door.
And I got to stand there. We go through whatever it is, and we try to help
And you
them.
get it done, don't you?
But and I don't mind, really. Mm-hmm. It's kind of, I'm that strange kind of person. I really don't mind.
Because you want to help people. That's why. That's right.
It's just not that big of an issue. To me, it's just part of the job. I mean, people. I could go into stories of some people that I bumped into. A lady, I won't call her name. One of my neighbors. She'll catch me coming out of the house at 7:30 and just block me, and you just got to do it. And I really don't mind. It's
right.
You could say it's an annoyance, but I don't.
You don't mind, right?
Because I guess at least she'll say good things about me, and that goes a long way too. I appreciate it.
I love it. Now we're in phase 2, right? Tell me more about phase 2.
Well, nothing but
okay. Keep building.
Very similar houses.
Okay.
Very similar houses, and I think the good thing about it is because this whatever's going on in the background that's attracting people to Lynwood, they're still coming. And our only challenge is to make sure we get people who are buying into our idea of what community is supposed to be.
Now that's where I want to stop you. Tell me about your idea, Mayor, as the leader of Lynwood. What is that idea? Tell me about that.
Well, I kind of said it earlier. I think it should be everybody that lives here should feel like here's where I can go and I'm nice and comfortable. All that hustle and bustle, whatever it is where I work or whatever the heck is going on, and all the negative things we hear someplace else, when I come here, it's safe and it's comfortable. Also, I've got people that live in the community that think about the same kinds of things, that are trying to figure out how we make our school districts better. Because that's all a part of it. You know,
that's right.
You don't have a good community if your school districts aren't doing well. So we got to pay a lot of attention to that, and we have been, and we're trying to be to let our school superintendents know that we partner. We need them just as badly as they do us, because you can't get the younger new families coming into town unless, because they'll check. We're much more sophisticated than we'll check and see how the school district is doing. Right. If it isn't quite doing what you're doing, then you got to check and see if the people that are involved are trying to get it where it should be.
That's right.
Do they make sense? And is the village cooperating and working with them? And I consider the school district a partner, strong partner of ours, and our residents are part of that too, and the businesses in town.
Now let's talk about economic development for a second, right? Yeah. Because I saw some plans a few months ago about a totally new concept that was exciting to me, right? On the downtown area, right? Yeah. What's happening with that?
Downtown is coming. It's been coming for years.
Okay.
We're working right now. We're trying to do a update our comprehensive plan. We got a comprehensive plan that explains where it should go, how it should go, what kinds of things should be in there. Now we're trying to work on a downtown development corridor plan that will give us more specifics, because right now, with things about to kick off, there's a key road that's a part of this Joel Road connection into Indiana.
Exactly.
That's about to happen right now. On the Indiana side, they're building the parking lot for the train station that's going to stop, that's coming out of the electric line is going to extend through there.
Okay.
And when Lynwood's Joel Road goes across there, we'll be right near that parking lot.
That's right.
Which will give us access to zip up back and forth. I do a lot of meetings downtown with the county and with.
So you've been really working, haven't you?
Oh, this has been and it's been fun. It's been fun. I love my job.
You love the planning process, right? And to see it all come together. What do you love about that side of it?
It's just, well, a lot of it is, that's kind of a hard question to ask. It's just better to do something positive than do nothing at all.
Right.
And I think it's really big. It's really big. It's really important. And I think I lend some perspective to it that is helpful to younger people that I'm trying to pull into, make part of the group, because I won't be doing this forever. One of these days I'm going to step away. And I think the fun part is the fact I used to be a teacher. I think I told you that. It's like helping somebody else get this started, and then I could step away and watch
Step
them and
away
say,
and
wow, look at them
look
go.
at
Look
them
at
do
they
that.
got that.
Yeah.
We're doing some things right now. All of that's going to go into that downtown. I won't be around long enough as mayor, because that's now I've learned how slow it takes. We were just as right about this when the first year I became mayor as I am right now. Unfortunately, things won't move as fast as any mayor or any elected official would actually want to happen. But it's still moving along, and hopefully somebody that I helped or influence a little bit is going to finish these things, and I'll be sitting on the side in my rocking chair or whatever it is, watching like, look at them go. Hey, look at it. That's
I
really
like
good.
that. Now, when you think about being the mayor of Lynwood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Name me a few things that you're most proud of that you've accomplished.
Well, I'm proud I actually did get that Joel Road project started.
Okay.
We got the first leg of it. First leg is started, and I think I'm so proud of that one because along with getting the road started, and we're all disappointed it isn't finished. It wasn't finished some years ago. It'll be finished, but inside that project, we were able to include a plan to eliminate some of the flooding that was going into the homes just north of there.
Okay.
There was a lot of flooding that was going in there, and what we did was just put in a bigger, better drainage system at the same time with the road. So kind of proud with them because I won't say nobody, a lot of people didn't expect that to be a part of what we're doing. They just thought the road. But no, we had a bigger, deeper plan. So I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of that bridge that we got across on Route 30 that crosses the tracks to the old EJ&E tracks that were there. The railroad, Canadian National bought up that railroad a lot of years ago, and they were petitioning to buy it, and we started to lobby for, rather than, a lot of the towns were trying to stop it because they wanted to run 34 trains a day past there, and we lobbied for it and got their support actually that we would need an overpass there because we're right next to the hospital, we're at the tracks, we're right at the border, and they helped us. We got that done, and that was like I think it was like $28 million project, and it's a pretty bridge too. You gotta go take a look at it.
I have. So when you think about Lynwood now, Mayor,
Yeah.
and you look at the fine work that you've done, your fingerprints all over everything. Wouldn't you say that?
I had help.
Huh?
I had help. I got some good help.
Now we're looking right now at an opportunity which is huge, and we don't know what's going to happen. We're talking about the casino, right? Now, how did we do that? What benefit would the casino be to Lynwood, to the region? What are you thinking when you think about that?
That casino, they've been talking about casino in the Southland for years. And
Right.
Lynwood's always been one of the towns they thought was a possibility. So we're still in there. We're in the final running. I think it's so good for us if we were to get it because our plan has always been beyond just Lynwood itself.
It helps your neighbors, right?
Especially if that's the intent. It is my intention to draw in and force development in the areas of in the towns of our
Fort
neighbors.
Heights, your neighbors,
Fort Heights, South Village,
Right.
Lynwood, extend it even beyond that if we can, because if we just rest on just landing a casino and sharing whatever revenues, we're not taking advantage or doing all that we can do. That we can do a lot more. We should be, we can be, we will be, we're working on it. A destination point that almost compares with, that's comparable with, say, Disney World or Land or something like that.
Exactly.
And there's enough area there for that to happen. There's huge opportunity for us.
But you want to see you're one of those people that want to see everybody do well. Is what you're saying.
I think
Regionally, you want this casino, if it lands in Lynwood, to be a blessing to your neighbors.
We know how to make it mix and match with all that we have going on, and we've got plans to maximize what we've got. We're because of our sports center, we put in like 10,000 people on a weekend occasionally, but certainly tens of thousands of people who visit us every year. There is our foundation, almost even more so than the casino. Casino help a little bit because what we want to do is expand on the sports area activity so we can draw in people. Well, we already attract people from around the world.
Because of the sports center.
Right, and parents will come down there with their kids in a tournament, whether it be soccer, volleyball, whatever, baseball, and they'll be there for a 3-day weekend. And right now they're going to hotels in Indiana.
Right.
We can build those hotels because
the one
hotel a casino might need is not enough.
Right.
Our sports is attracting a lot more than that, so we need 3 hotels. That means it almost has to incorporate what's going or move us out into Fort Heights and into because Lynwood isn't big enough by itself for all I think we can make happen.
Now the sports center, right?
Yeah.
When did that come about? Do you remember that? Was it just a few years ago?
Oh no! That's been since it was always been
You had
since I was a trustee, and that's
well, you
like,
had your fingerprints on that too, right? A little bit.
Yeah, I
you
was
kind of
involved.
saw.
I was I was kind of one of the trustees that had the that ran
And
around.
and that was a pretty.
ran around with the mayor while he was trying to teach me stuff.
And you were listening, right?
Yeah, I had to. Yeah.
And now, what kind of project was that? Because you were a trustee at that point. You were
Mm-hmm.
serving, and you was it completed?
It started out
Okay.
I was there when construction first started on
Okay.
it. But it started out to be just what it is now.
Okay.
A sports center for the guys at that time were more interested in soccer.
Okay.
And now it's expanded into soccer and baseball, basketball. In fact, when the portable basketball courts are down right now, I'm told it's the largest facility of that type in the United States, second largest in the world.
Oh my goodness.
If you're ever going to take a look, we'll go to sometime.
We'd
It's
love
a
to do
beautiful
that.
place.
So that you got a lot to be proud of, don't you? As you reflect,
But not enough.
But not enough. That's the quote for today. I got a lot to be proud of, but not enough.
Mm-hmm.
So let's paint a picture, right? Let's think about how Lynwood would be if you could have what you wanted, right? Take me through that real quick. If you could have it, you were painting the canvas and you walk downtown, or you could what would it look like?
If I could do what I would like,
Tell me
it wouldn't
about
be
that.
Lynwood all by ourselves. We
Okay.
would be all that we thought of and we imagine when we think of Black Wall Street, when we think of a utopian type area
Oh, my
that is
goodness.
directed and run by us, where we can make sure, and all of us. I don't mean to say just
Oh,
black
so you
people.
just
I mean,
mean
I
good
mean
people.
all of us
Yeah.
in our region.
I
Because
got
I still imagine us diverse.
Right. Yes, sir.
And not a diversification that is forced, it's wanted. Like, I want people that want to be here.
Right. That's right.
And then we work toward making our region, all the towns, not just Lynwood, flourish long into the future. This is what I'd like to see happen, and I'd like to see, the young people that's gonna pick up and run this, that perhaps I had a positive influence on a little bit.
Sure you did.
So I can have got time in retirement to sit back and watch them work, because we've got some people join us right now. Got a lot of talent. They're good. Make me so doggone proud of them.
Wow.
So I see a bright future coming. I see some of what I'm thinking about, and I'm not really a dreamer. I'm kind of a planner more than I am.
So
a dreamer.
you're planning for it to be
My plan
successful.
is to do this. Isn't that flat out dreams? Like, I'm taking logical steps to try to make these things happen. I'm not sitting back. Oh, I got a dream, and I sit back and wait. No, I'm taking logical steps toward getting this done. And I got some real good help.
Are you still inspired when you think
yeah.
about the work that you've done, the work that you want to do? What gets you up in the morning?
I don't dwell on what I've done, and it wasn't an I by myself. I tell you, I had lots of help.
Okay.
I'm kind of more into like what we're going to do and who I can find to help us. Is who can get to see this and believe it and help me get to, like, what am I missing? I know I can't do everything by myself,
Right.
and I know I don't even understand enough by myself. But I
Good
kind of know where I want to go. Got some good people. There's some more out there. So I'm asking all you young people that want to be part of something that's really great, come and join me. We're moving Lynwood from good to great. We've been pretty doggone good. It's going to be great.
This is Michael Taylor on Lynwood Perspectives. As you saw the mayor, he said, we're moving Lynwood to good to great. Mayor, we're going to be back with some more segments. We'll be back soon.
Anytime. Thank you.